Hey, this is Bridget with Purcell Strong Life. I'm here with you today about my 6-week postpartum second pregnancy vlog. All right, so I'm about 9 weeks right now, but I'm just going to talk about the first 6 weeks. So, hopefully, there's going to be no crying babies during this video, okay? I have one right here that I'm bouncing, one upstairs sleeping. So we're gonna get this done, all right? Oh, I've missed this. I've missed this. So, a lot has changed in that first 6 weeks. We are adjusting the best way we can. Um, and I'm here gonna tell you about the birth, the gender, how I'm doing, how the family's doing, and the daddy's doing, and how the toddler is coping. All right. So first, gender reveal. We had a little boy. So I was completely off base. Completely. This child, though, is calmer. um, I'm not sure, like, less demanding, but he's calmer. Okay? So, maybe that's just his personality because I feel like their personalities manifest in the womb. You, you know, nature versus nurture, I think it's a combo, and there's a lot in the nature portion. I think I could tell that my first son was very, very active in the womb, and this son is just a little bit more chill. So very, very interesting. I was completely caught off guard. All right, so family is adjusting very well. Um, Sleep is hard, you know. Um, the toddler, I'm going to be all over the place, sorry. That's just how my brain works. I had a good coffee today, so I'm feeling really good. And so the toddler. So the first 4 weeks with the toddler went very well. You know why? Because he had one-on-one attention either from the dad, the grandparents, or a family friend. Okay, so he was with someone that gave him full attention for those 4 weeks. Then after that, the newness kind of wore off. He realized when it was just us three at home that he doesn't get the attention that he used to get, and he would start acting out. And we're still dealing with that. We are still trying to figure it out. And there's that one, if you hear that one. So, yeah, the sleeping has been hard because with the first one on my maternity leave, I was able to sleep when the baby slept. Now, not so much. I have to sleep in the wee hours that I'm allowed, and then I can't sleep during the day when the baby sleeps. So, there has been some times where I was straight up crazy from no sleep, and I'm not a morning person. It was very, very rough. It's getting a little bit better, but now that I say that, there's going to be regression tonight, and he's not going to sleep for, that block of time that I like. So there's that. What else? The parents, me and the hubby, are doing the best we can. We're trying to do dishes. We're just trying to fit in whatever we can with whatever time we have, because the toddler is wanting constant attention. The newborn is wanting attention. It is crazy. It's crazy going from one to two. I guess I thought I knew in the back of my head, but it's a new level. It's a new level, and it's great, and it's rewarding and challenging and crazy. So we're all adjusting. Oh, and during this time, because we needed more on our plate, we decided to potty train our toddler. Yeah. But it's going pretty well. We did it over Labor Day weekend, was when we started, and then I took it over, being just the three of us at home. So that has been going fairly well. Really, we've been blessed. The older one has taken to it. He's stubborn like someone else in the family, and so if you ask him too many times, he's gonna say no. So you just kind of have to say, "Oh, do you know where your potty is? Okay, well, you just don't want to have any accidents." That's what we do. Anyway, so that's going fine. Um, so we have potty training that we're doing with a toddler. Then we had sleep regression with the toddler because of this one. I was always counting on the toddler sleeping. And then he learned how to get out of his room. He got it. So, yeah. So that has been hard. That is when the crap hit the fan, is when the toddler could figure out how to get out of his room. So that's when it went south. Less control for this mama, and we're working it out. We're working it out. Anyway, so am I getting into a groove of things? I would say that I am, but once I get into the groove, things change, and I'm bouncing with the bouncer right here. So if you're getting car sick or seasick, it's because somehow I'm bouncing with the bouncer. So, yeah. Once I get into the groove, then a new curveball starts, right? Once I stopped getting help, regular help with the toddler, then that was a new thing. And then we had regression. And then we did potty training too. And it just keeps going. It's been a challenge to adapt constantly. But that is parenting, and we are taking it one day at a time. So anyway, everyone is healthy. Let me just say that. Everyone is healthy. Thank the good Lord, because things could have gone a little crazy. Before I tell you the birth story, I noticed some issues with the newborn, and come to find out, we've been dealing with thrush, and then come to find out that he's had a bad latch most of this time, and just got just found out about tongue tie. So we're dealing with that. We're trying to get that back on track so that feeding is easier and quicker, because everyone suffers when feeding takes forever. The toddler gets very jealous and acting out when I'm in that nursing chair all daggone day. There's only so many things you can do in the chair, right? You can't play trucks and trains on the floor. You can't play blocks. There's only so many books that he wants to read. Try not to just turn on the TV, trying to do something. And the toddler just loves to talk, The husband says that he gets it from me, but I don't think I'm like that, right? Yeah, anyway, it's another story. So, I'm just trying to think, am I on track or not? Let's go over the birth story, shall we? So, I hired a doula, which has been fabulous. She has helped me talk through some things and prepared me very well for the birth. I had a Christian hypnobirthing app on my phone, which I listened to basically the entire time I was laboring. And that and God got me through it. Okay? So, what happened is, on my due date, I had a very relaxing massage. It was funny because I told her, I was like, so this is my due date. Hopefully everything works out. But it did. Went to my massage, felt very relaxed. And then later that night, we went on a walk. We took a nap earlier. It was a great day. It was a Saturday. And after the nap, I took a shower. And then I got my first contraction. It was the early evening, maybe 6. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, I think this is what this is, but not progressing. And then we go for a late walk, about 8 or so, and I got a few contractions there. And then they didn't start getting more regular until about maybe 10. So I let my doula know. We put our son to bed. And then we did that. Just tried to relax. We watched either a show or a movie. I think a movie. So it was a long movie, longer than a show. And so we just relaxed. I breathed through all of the contractions, and then about midnight or 12:30, we tried going to bed. And so husband went to bed. I tried to lay in bed and rest through the contractions, but I couldn't do that. So I got up. I said, okay, I'll try to breathe through them tonight, and then I'll wake you up in the morning, and then we go to the hospital if it's still progressing. Well, at like 12:30, I think I'm out of bed, around there. I have my app, my Christian hypnobirthing app, and it's just, there's several tracks on there that you listen to. There's affirmations, there's scripture, there's breathing techniques, and then there's just like calming music that I just had on a loop. And it was a godsend, honestly. And it helped me stay focused and stay calm. And so during that time, I'm like, okay, I am just going to do my best, and I'm going to try to do this as long as possible at home. And then I'm going to try to do it as long as possible before having to wake up my husband, because I really want him fresh for when I'm ragged, right? So in the middle of the night, I'm trying to find a comfortable position, okay? So the comfortable position is in the bathroom. Not on the toilet, but in the bathroom. Just bracing myself on the counter, and I'm just there trying to breathe through the contractions. I have my contraction app, and I'm just going through that. So yeah, so there's that. Then I throw up twice, and I get the shivers, and it's August, it's hot. I get the shivers. I'm like, okay, this is very hard. I'm praying really hard. I'm like, man, this is getting rough. And it's like 2 a.m. This is rough. They're getting closer together. But my first birth, it was induced. I had Pitocin. I was laying on my back. It was awful. I hated it. I hated Pitocin. It ramped up my contractions. I wasn't able to breathe. I just clenched on for dear life. So this was completely different. I was able to breathe through it, and they were manageable. It sucked. Let me just say, contractions suck. Anyone that had an easy birth and it didn't hurt, that is a miracle. And I've heard those are, there are unicorns out there, but this was nothing like the Pitocin. So I kept laboring by myself as long as I could, and I'm like, man, I really can't. I feel like I can't make it through the morning till the morning. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go wake up my husband. I know he slept maybe 2 hours or whatever, but I really can't do this alone anymore. So I wake him up at 2:45. I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. He asked me how far apart they are. I'm like, well, here's my app. They're pretty close together. We should probably call your mom to come get our son. But they're like 45 minutes away. I don't think she's gonna make it, and we need to go to the hospital now. So thankfully, our neighbor had told us that we could call him if we needed to. So 5 minutes after my husband called the mother-in-law, we called the neighbor. Thankfully, he shot up out of bed, came right over. We're like packing things up, ready to get out the door. Said a few words to the neighbor, start getting to leave out the door, have all our things for the hospital bag. It was already in the car, but like we needed pillows and such. So we get out on the porch. I take a step, and my water breaks on the porch. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, oh crap. I think I called my doula several minutes ago. And she's like, oh, you threw up. That was transition. You need to go to the hospital now. I was like, oh, crap. So my water breaks on the porch, okay? And I feel the head. The head is coming. And the husband is trying to get me out the door. And I'm like, we're having the baby right now. I can't get to the car. The neighbor is over at our house. Poor guy. He's in his 70s, military. Yeah. And so we're on the porch. The husband gets a chair cushion, lays me down on that. I, get ready to have this baby. The neighbor on his phone gets the paramedics on the phone. The doula's on the other phone on speaker. The paramedics, the doula, and us are all talking. The doula is coaching my husband on how to deliver this baby. The doula is also coaching me on how to breathe so I don't tear. And I lay down on the porch on this very nice chair cushion. It is so luxurious. I'm really not lying. It is so thick and foamy. It was great. If you come over to our house, just ask which seat cushions are okay to sit on. All right, we'll tell you. All right. So, I'm laying down on my porch at 3:30 in the morning, and we have this baby on our front porch. The doula is going as fast as she can to come to our house. The paramedics is getting lost trying to find our house, and my husband delivers our baby on the front porch with our neighbor standing right there, and our son is upstairs sleeping. So thankfully, this was a low-risk birth, a low-risk pregnancy. The cord was not wrapped around the neck. My husband felt for it and couldn't find it. It just came very quickly. It was a very quick birth. Very different from the first one. I must have been stubborn or something, thinking that I could labor as much at home. And that's what I did. Labored home as much as possible. Yeah. So, had my son on the front porch. The paramedics and the doula come quickly after. And that's how that happened. They asked me, do you want to go to the hospital? And I said, yes, I sure do. I want to go to the hospital, please. So, by that point, I had not delivered the placenta. So, rode in the ambulance to the hospital, had the baby on my chest. The husband said, I think it's a boy, but it came out so quickly, I'm just not sure. So in the ambulance, I checked, and it was a boy. And he was healthy and breathing, and we were just cuddling, and it was so surreal, because I was not planning a home birth. I was not planning to have my baby at home. It was an act of God. He was watching over us. So very blessed. Very little bleeding, thank the Lord, and everything worked out fine. And had to answer, those awkward questions at the hospital and at the pediatric appointments, all about so we see here that it was a accidental home birth, and so you have to go through the whole story. So everybody around here knows this story because we have to go through it all the time. But it's a pretty cool story. I was shocked. I was shocked at how fast it came. And I think laboring in the dark and in the quiet definitely helped. And having scripture just read to me on my app constantly. And having a full support of my husband and the doula, and just that definitely helped. So anyway, there is my crazy birth story. I know it took a long time This vlog is taking a long time, but I thought you might like that. I can't believe that happened. I I still go over it and think, what happened? What happened? So, yeah, that's what happened. Um, any other? Oh, the baby was almost a pound lighter than my first one, so I am very sure that helped a lot. And I only had one little internal tear, but it was able to clot, so I had no stitches. That was so wonderful. Um, oh, um, one extra thing was, I'm feeling great after the birth. This is a week or two after birth, and we're outside playing with the toddler, and the husband's here, and um, he's holding the baby, and my son wants me to chase him, and so I'm like, I can't really say I have a baby, and I can't chase you, and I've just been so limited. So I kind of like jogged a little bit after him, and then after that, my hip started hurting, so I had to go to PT. I was stupid and decided to jog a little bit to try to like chase my toddler after giving birth. Yeah, I knew better, but my toddler was just being so cute and it was in the moment. So, anyway, went to PT for my hip, and then I just continued it for the pelvic floor stuff because honestly, everyone that has a baby should go get physical therapy just to make sure everything is okay. There are so many things that move. Your abs separate, and then your pelvic floor is holding all of that weight for the prolonged period of time. So you it lots of things just need to be worked out. So if you've been wondering if you should get physical therapy post birth, the answer is yes. Just get evaluated. If everything is fine, that's great. And if not, then you're right there and you can get the treatment that you need. I need some hip stabilization and some core stabilization so that I can get back to my normal self. And that's what I want to get back to the high intensity stuff. And so instead of screwing the process and trying to go too quickly into exercise, I'm trying to build up slowly. And in Europe, it's a given that you go to physical therapy. Here, no one talks about that. No one talks about how you need to go to physical therapy. You have to ask your OBGYN to be prescribed physical therapy. It's not just a given. And it's my soapbox is the mother doesn't get a lot of care post delivery. There's so much care during the pregnancy, but then it just drops off, and you're supposed to be good and fine after the 6 weeks. And I was cleared after 6 weeks, but my pelvic floor is way too tight, and I have some hip out of alignment, and I could have hurt myself if I would have thought that I could just go back into hardcore exercising at 6 weeks. I could have totally hurt myself. And there's just not a lot of care for the mother post delivery. And so I am an advocate for that. If you have any questions about what kind of care you need post delivery, or like how to build up slowly, I'm your girl if you have any questions on that. So yeah, during my pregnancy I got a prenatal and postnatal certification for coaching, because there is so much that goes on in the body of a woman when she is pregnant and when she gives birth. So many hormones that fluctuate, things get out of whack, and you need to retrain slowly to get back to similar to pre-pregnancy. Anyway, I think I want to step back off of my soapbox now. You know where I stand, and you know where to find me if you have any questions about pregnancy or postnatal care. All right? All right, anything else? For those that care, weight loss at about 6 weeks about 15 pounds down. So I have about 25 to go. I think it's going to take a while. I think it's going to take a while with breastfeeding, exclusively breastfeeding. Um, Thankfully, that has been working so far. And I think it's just going to take a while, especially it was easier with my first child because I only had to take care of him and I got to sleep when he got to sleep. But now I have two and I'm staying home right now. So it is a challenge to find time to yourself to work out or, you know, work out with my toddler and then my newborn be okay. The scheduling is just off. When my toddler needs to eat, I have to wait to feed my newborn. So there's just a lot of juggling when there's more than one. And I'm sure if people that have 3 and 4 and more, that it's even harder. So I'm just going to give myself grace until I am able to get on regular sleep schedule to focus on exercising and getting back to the strength that I had previously. Because I have noticed my core strength, bleh, it feels like nothing's there. Just, I remember how strong I used to be in like planks. Oh my gosh, nothing. I can't do it. So it's just, I just have to retrain myself and I have to be patient. Okay? Oh, baby's room is a mess. It's just a mess. Um, just, just trying to, make sure that there's diapers there and clean clothes. Those are like the 2 priorities. Everything else, it's, we have so much stuff. We're trying to figure out what to put in the attic and just a lot. Just the house is a mess. And that's normal. That's normal postnatal, post delivery. You're just trying to sleep. You're just trying to find time to sleep. Okay. Oh, I told you how life with 2 children is. Life with 2 children. Is it what I expected? Have I found a groove? I've already talked about that. Breastfeeding, it's going well, but it hurts because the latch is shallow. So we're trying to figure that out. And aches and pains, I told you about my hip because I was stupid and ran. And then I'm getting pelvic floor help now. I think that's it. So, sorry it took me so long to actually do this video, but when you don't have any sleep, there's little that you can do. So I'm really happy that I found the time, that the toddler is sleeping, the newborn is sleeping over here, and it was just a win today to get it done. So anyway, if you have any questions, post it in the comments or follow me on Facebook and ask me there. Also, if you want more videos like this or workouts, subscribe to my channel and you can be the first to know when they go live. All right, it's been great. Thanks for joining me for the postnatal talk. Yeah, it's been a blast. All right, see you later.